Good evening. My name is Dellepiane, and I'm going to be talking about the egg shortage that is currently happening in the United States right now. Have you ever thought about how many eggs a person consumes on a daily basis, or how much food contains eggs as an ingredient? Daniel Wallen, who writes articles for Lifehack, statistics show that the average American consumes 250 eggs per year, which can also be thought about as 76.5 billion eggs in the United States. According to Peggy Lowe, the United States is suffering from the effects of avian influenza, which is causing the major egg shortage. There have been many egg shortages in the past, but this one is quickly sweeping the nation. Millions of birds are dying and are being euthanized due to this dangerous flu. The birds that are most affected are the hens, which is where our eggs come from. The lack of egg availability is impacting major popular food chains such as Whataburger and McDonald's and grocery stores like H-E-B. The 2015 egg shortage has created a national epidemic which is drastically affecting the price in eggs, businesses dependent on eggs, and sources necessary to replenish the storage. Similar to the fluctuation of gas prices, the price of eggs spiked due to the outbreak of the flu. There is a radical increase on egg prices, and it will only continue to increase as long as the avian flu worsens. This is causing fewer eggs to be produced, which is causing the spike in price. According to the State Department of Agriculture and Forestry, the national egg shortage has caused the price to nearly double in the last couple of months. WWL News released that the cost of a dozen eggs jumped from $1.19 to $2.03. Grocery stores are not the only ones being affected by this drastic shift in price. Peggy Lowe's research calculated that 30% of American egg supply is used by bakeries. This is causing major problems with both producers and consumers. The rise in egg prices causes businesses to be less willing to buy eggs and produce food containing eggs. Restaurants are having to adapt to the egg shortage by making serious decisions on food production. Rebecca Sapicki released the news about Texas's favorite fast food restaurant, Whataburger, and their breakfast hours. Originally, Whataburger served breakfast from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m., but in response to the egg shortage, Whataburger has had to change their breakfast hours from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on weekdays and from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. on weekends. Along with Whataburger having to change their breakfast hours, McDonald's, famous for their Egg McMuffin, is having to look for other alternative egg resources. Because eggs are so limited right now, H-E-B is having to limit the number of egg cartons that customers are having to buy. According to Phaedra Cook, H-E-B is only allowing customers to buy no more than 3 egg cartons per purchase. The United States food industry is facing serious issues if the avian flu continues to increase and worsen. So this leaves us with the question, what if the eggs are never replenished? Fast food restaurants, bakeries, and grocery stores are beginning to look for alternative sources to fulfill the egg demand. Many food companies are considering international suppliers. Peggy Lowe's research article stated that French and Dutch companies have already begun to seek United States approval to export eggs. This international involvement would really benefit the United States and would help us through this tough egg shortage. Along with international involvement, restaurants are looking to change recipes and ingredients in order to make do without eggs. Khushbu Shah, an expert, wrote an article about Bon Appetit, a restaurant who now serves tofu instead of eggs in meals like omelets. He also stated in his article that places like Hampton Creek now distributes plant-based egg substitutes to food manufacturers. It is evident that the impact of the egg shortage. It is evident that the impact of the egg shortage has. It is evident that the impact of the egg shortage is taking a toll on many important aspects as we Americans take for granted daily. It is really the little things that make the biggest difference. In this case, the lack of eggs is impacting many aspects of the economy. The egg deficiency has drastically impacted the price of the egg market and businesses having to look for lasting alternatives in egg substitutes. This national epidemic is rapidly increasing and leaving a major problem to be solved.